everyone, and happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us. We are live from the Silly Safari Studios here in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana, and I've got all of my live animal friends with me today. We are going to have so much fun. My name is Amazon John. Please don't be scared. I will not bite you if you're good. No, I'm not going to bite you, sillies, because it is summertime and it is summer reading. Yay! Thanks so much for joining us, the Boyle County Public Library. When I found out that I got to be the one to see you all today, I had to do it. I brought, just for all of you, a real live moose. This is a moose. Hello? Don't moosin have... What's the plural of moose? Is it moosin? Is it meese? Ask a librarian. Don't moose have great big long antlers? Yes, they do. Okay, fine, you caught me. He's not a moose. He's a dog, and he's my dog, and he is a puppy. His name is Moose. And he is a Great Dane. He's only 7 months old. Okay, well, let's back that up a little bit. At 7 months old, it's a little too early to call him a Great Dane. He's really just a good Dane. We're working on great. That takes time. But I brought him here today because of our first tale. It's from my favorite children's author, Jan Brett, The First Dog. You see, it was Caveman who years ago first saw wolves hunting, and Caveman said, oh, I'm sorry. You don't speak Caveman, do you? Let me translate. Caveman said, whoa, look at these things hunt. I have got to get one of them. And when Mama Wolf wasn't looking, he took a puppy back to his cave, raised it upright. The first dog. He loved that dog so much, he found another wolf pack. He took another wolf puppy. Now he had a boy and a girl. He could make his own puppies. And thousands of years later, we've got dogs. Every shape, size, and color. Now, Moose, it's, 10:35 here in the morning. He just wants to go take a nap. So I'm going to let him because not everybody knows this. But the Great Dane, it can sleep 30 hours a day. Yeah, that's like teenager sleep. I know some of you are thinking, that's impossible. Well, you know what is possible? This fun format. I love Facebook Live, and I'll tell you why. Yes, we wish we were together live in front of you at your library because that's always so much fun. But you want to know a secret? With this format, we can do things together today that are a whole lot of fun. You get to see some things up close and personal. So, didn't know if you knew, but down there in the corner of your computer, is it that corner? Maybe it's in one of those corners, there is a chat feature. So I'm even making a note right now, because if you want to ask me a question, then by all means, you make a post and I will be able to see that question and I can even answer it while we play along, because animals are amazing. And today we are going to do so many fun things. But I have to warn you. This first animal I have for you today, he's fast. What are you jumping for? He is fast. He's a great, big, giant, super duper, very fast tortoise. Whoa. You don't think he's fast? Oh, okay, fine. Watch this. Look at him go. What are you talking about? Nah, fine. Yeah, there's a reason why he's not fast. You see, being a tortoise, before he can even take a step, he has to do a push-up. He has to lift all of his weight off the ground before he can even move. He's a reptile. I know he wasn't fast. A tortoise is a turtle that lives on the land. See, turtles are swimmers, but a tortoise only eats plants and they live on the land. Okay, fine. So he's not fast. Okay, okay. Then tell me this, beloved. Just how did the tortoise ever beat the bunny rabbit in a race? Oh, listen to you. He's so cute. Yes, he is very, very cute. But you don't even know his name. Little Bunny Foo-Foo. That's right. This evil rabbit, he bops field mice on the head, and that's wrong. You're a bully. I know you know the song. Little bunny foo-foo, hopping through the forest, scooping up the measly mice, bopping them on the head. Are you okay? That bunny just bopped you on the head. If he does it again, I'll turn him into a goon. Stop that. These are my friends in Kentucky. Hey, did you see his feet? That right there, that is his lucky rabbit's foot. It's lucky because it's still there. I think it was the Native Americans that gave us the idea of a lucky rabbit's foot because they were the ones that watched the bunny rabbit outrun so many animals that would otherwise try to eat him. Yes, I know bunny rabbits are fast, but tell me this then. Why did the bunny rabbit lose the race between the tortoise and the hare? I know you know the story. See, bunny rabbit was fast and he knew it. He had raced everybody in the forest and all he cared about was showing off, making everybody else look bad. I'm the fastest animal in the forest. Bunny had challenged everybody to a race. He challenged Raccoon, he won. Moose, deer, possum, he won. He had beaten everybody. There was no one else left to race until one day he saw it. Tortoise sitting there walking along. Bunny couldn't help himself. Ha! You're so slow, hard shell. I could win a race with you. Well, Tortoise had had enough of watching Bunny Rabbit make fun of all of his friends, so he got an idea. He said, I could win a race with you. What? Are you serious? Okay, fine. We race tomorrow, high noon, at the library in Danville. And all the animals showed up for the race between the tortoise and the hare. There they were at the start line. That's cheating. Bang with the starting pistol. Da, 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 da. Come on, let's go. Yay! Okay, fine. But in the story of the tortoise and the hare, did the bunny rabbit care about winning the race? No, because if he did, he would have done what you would do. He would have crossed the finish line and he would have cheered his friend on. Come on, tortoise, come on, you can do it, you can do it. Is that what the bunny rabbit did? No. Instead, he got to the finish line and he curled up and he took a nap. And step by step, little by little, the tortoise made his way to the finish line. And he won the race between the tortoise and the hare. And all the children yelled, yay! And that woke Bunny Rabbit up. And he realized he had lost. You see, that is one of Aesop's fables. Aesop lived in Greece, but he wasn't from Greece. No, he was African. And every one of his fables has a moral to the story. I love Aesop's fables. I think you know the moral to that story. If I say, slow and steady, you say, wins the race. What does that mean? That means that no matter what you want to do, anything in life, this summer you want to read a really big book, you still have to read it one page at a time. Slow and steady wins the race. I love Aesop's fables. Everybody say goodbye, Bunny Foo-Foo. I love Aesop's fables because all of his stories had that moral to it. The Fox and the Crow. There's so many great ones. So if you go to the library this summer, you can check out Aesop's fables. Aesop was amazing because he was an entertainer. Yeah, he really knew not just how to tell a story, he wrote them. And people from all over the world came to see Aesop at Delphi in Greece. Aesop actually won his freedom because He was such a good storyteller. Reading is powerful. Hey, be honest. I want to know. Excuse me. If you like the tortoise better than the hare, raise your hand. You like the tortoise better. Okay, I see a few hands. Yeah, I'm feeling the love. Raise your hand if you like the hare better than the tortoise. Okay, okay. Who likes my dog best of all? I know you're out there. Hey, I'm glad you have a favorite animal. It is good to have a favorite animal. You have a favorite story that you like to read at summer reading. You have a favorite cookie, a favorite pizza. It's good to have a favorite. But you got to remember, in nature, every animal's different. Every animal's special. Well, anybody who knows me knows that I love the ones that are covered with feathers. I love the birds, and I'm so excited about this next animal because today she's making her Silly Safari debut right there in Boyle County in Danville, Kentucky on your Facebook Live. She's only 4 weeks old. She's just a baby. She doesn't even have her big girl feathers yet. She's an owl. Okay, I'll take that back. She's actually a baby owl. Look at her. She is an owlet. That's what you call a baby owl. And her name is... we're doing a show. Okay, yeah, that's... hey! I think she thinks I'm trying to feed her. Her name is Hootenanny. Hootenanny. That's fun. That's how you have to say it too. Hootenanny. She's only 4 weeks old. She's a baby Eurasian eagle owl. And look at her. Isn't she great? She doesn't even have her big girl feathers yet. She's still growing them. Let me show you this wing here. This is what feathers look like as they grow. They start off as pin feathers. Do you see those? Yeah, we have to be very careful not to break them because there's a blood flow in there helping the feather to grow so big because Hootenanny has a lot of growing to do. Can you stop? I'm trying to do a show. I know. I love you too. See, she is one of the world's largest owls. She's a Eurasian eagle owl. An eagle owl because she's so big. Oh, yeah, she's not big yet. Obviously, if she's going to grow to be big, she's going to have to eat a lot. Here's the question. Do you know what we feed her here at Silly Safaris? Do you know? Do you know? Every day she gets a whole bunch of mice. What? Oh, I think she sees the mouse. Yes, this is a real mouse. No, it's a marshmallow I drew a happy face on. Hey, it's okay, people. We buy these frozen at Kroger. Hey, it's my job to feed her. At this age, Hootenanny is still in the nest. But we bought her from a breeder, and we get animals very young here at Silly Safari so that we can raise them doing this type of program with you and in live programs like vacation Bible schools and preschools and stuff, birthday parties. See, we want for Hootenanny to grow up knowing the fun of a Silly Safari show. So that's why we got her so young. At this age in the nest, Mom and Dad would be bringing her food. Well, for me today, it's my job to bring her the food. Are you ready? You want to feed her? You want to have breakfast with an owl today? Okay, raise your hand if you want to see the owl eat the mouse. Yay, the crowd goes wild. Let's be fair. If you do not want to see the owl eat the mouse, raise your hand. Okay, no, I appreciate that. That's honest. Close your eyes because we're going to do this on 3. Pretend that you are a mother owl. 1, 2, 3. Look at her go. She's going to swallow. Or maybe lunch if you've been up for a while. Hey, look, that tail looks like dental floss. Isn't that fun? Hey, if Hootenanny is going to grow up, I have to take care of her, which means flooding her with every experience that we can here at Silly Safaris. Isn't that great? I know. Lisa just said she would love to see these beautiful creatures. And you can today. You can get super close to an owl. Look at that beak as she swallows the mouse. Look at those beautiful eyes that face forward. That's pretty cool. In fact, I love owls so much, I think it's kind of odd that so many people think of an owl as an evil spirit, a bad omen, a witch, or a ghost. Where does that come from? Folk tales, fairy tales, myth and legend. That's why we love to read at the library. Think about it. I think I know that owls fly at night, right? You know that. They're what you call what's that word? Yeah, they're not a turtle. Oh, nocturnal. Sorry, I gotta get these checked. They're nocturnal, but does flying at night mean you're evil? No. Flying at night just means you're nocturnal. Maybe people think they're a witch or a ghost because of that head. Can they turn their head all the way around like Linda Blair? That's funny how the 20-something-year-old moms out there don't laugh at my jokes. Hey, an owl can turn its head to one shoulder, over the back to the other shoulder. You can only go to one shoulder, right? Hootenanny can go over her shoulder to the back to the other shoulder. She cannot come all the way back to front. So technically, owls don't turn their heads all the way around. But yes, she has twice as many bones in her neck as you and I do. Does that make her a witch? No. Look at these claws. Does that make her evil? They're called talons. And those talons, that's what she uses to grab her food. And believe me, this owl is called the flying tiger. In Europe where they live, they can knock down a roe deer. That's a 40-pound deer. Can they fly with that deer? No. But they'll eat on it for a few days unless something else eats it first. But yeah, they can kill some pretty big things with those talons. But does that make them bad? No. And yet today, I will tell you that in Italy, an owl will land on somebody's house and call, "Ooh," and somebody in that house is going to die. Yeah, if no one's home, first one home gets a sore throat. Hey, you can't make this stuff up, people. I read it in a book. Yeah, everyone, I read on a second grade level, but I read. Hey, in Britain, they believe that if an owl lands on your house and calls, "Ooh," and there's a woman at home pregnant with child, oh, do you know what happens to the baby? No worse. It's a girl. Hey, wait a second. That's not what I believe. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you. Why do we as people go out of our way to give the animals powers that they don't deserve? An owl can't determine the sex of an unborn baby or determine who's going to live or die. That's just crazy. We call that superstition. And you know what? We have something a lot better than superstition, don't we, beloved? We have a library that's full of nonfiction, so you can go to the library and check out nature books on owls. Of course, you can check out fairy tales and folk tales too, because we do love owls. Everybody say goodbye, Hootenanny. If you follow us on Facebook, you will get to watch that very owl grow up big and strong all summer long. And it won't take long either. Birds, they have to grow fast. There is an animal, excuse me, there is an animal that stars in a lot of our favorite fairy tales, and it doesn't grow up fast, not like a bird does. And I think you're going to like this next animal. See, this next animal does not have scales. He does not have fur. He doesn't even have feathers. He's covered with slime. Yeah, is it a snake? Snakes have scales. Is it a snail or a slug? It's a great big giant African bullfrog. I know, look at that face. If you've seen us in the library before, you've met Bubba. Well, this isn't Bubba. Bubba too big. This is a baby Bubba. It's Bubba Jr. Bubba J. I think that name might be copyrighted. But look at him. He's amazing. He's a giant African bullfrog. And this guy right here, he's going to grow to be the size of a dinner plate. Yeah, a great big dinner plate. But if he's going to grow, what does he have to do? Of course, eat. And when I said he grows slow, I mean, think about it. When he came out of his egg, frogs and toads lay eggs. He didn't look like this. He was one of those, right, a tadpole. He looked like a fish. And now look at him. He's growing. But here's a new word. He's not an adult frog. Not yet. No. He's kind of in that in-between stage, right? He's not a tadpole anymore. He lost his tail. He grew his legs. He is now what we call a froglet. What do you call a baby owl? An owlet. What do you call a baby frog? A froglet. I know, I love that name. And Bubba is going to grow from a froglet into an adult frog. But if he's going to grow, he's got to eat. Hey, look at his eyes. They are on top of his head. You know what that means? Sitting there in a puddle in Africa, waiting for the food to come close to him. All he has to do is grab it. If he can fit it into that big mouth of his and swallow it whole, oh, he'll eat it. Check it out. He'll eat other frogs, lizards, bird snakes, mice. That's what we feed him every time we come home from the library. Bubba he just grabs it. What are you jumping for? Yeah, and he is happy in Africa until it stops raining. See, there's a rainy season and a dry season. And when it stops raining, Bubba get worried. But you don't have to worry. He digs under the ground and he sleeps all the way through the dry season. And then you know what happens? April showers, spring May flower. Frog slime. Hey, once he wakes up from the dry season, he is hungry. So today, my friends, we get to play my favorite new game. This game is Sweeping the Nation. I saw it on Ellen. Now, it's time to play Will He Eat Worms? Whoa, you love worms, don't you? You don't eat worms? I eat worms every day. Gummy worms. I love the ones with the sour sugar on it. Those are my favorite. Hey, I even read a book once at the library called How to Eat Fried Worms. That's a good book. Judy Bloom, yeah, ask your librarian to find that one for you. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move the camera so you can see Bubba. And we're just going to pretend that Bubba is in his puddle, sitting there, waiting for food to come close by. Oh, did you see that? He ate the worm. Let's see that again in slow motion. Whoa! That's amazing. He does eat worms. Maybe you guys want to eat a worm too? Yeah? Well, check out How to Eat Fried Worms. It's a good DVD. We have it on DVD at the library, but it's a much better storybook. Hey, and as this guy gets bigger, he's going to keep changing. In fact, would all of you like to see Bubba the Frog turn into a prince? Me too. You know what to do. Pucker up, readers. Hey, he didn't turn into a prince. Oh, whoa. He didn't turn into a prince, but check out the smile on his face. He did turn into a very happy frog. That's right, the Frog Prince. Do you know the story of the Frog Prince? It's one of Grimm's fairy tales. Have you ever read any of Grimm's fairy tales? Like Hansel and Gretel? Pretty grim, right? I think now we know where the word grim comes from. Hey, the Brothers Grimm wrote some pretty amazing stories. But do you want to know a secret about the best stories? They actually are a lot older than most people think. The Frog Prince, I don't think originally it was one of the Brothers Grimm stories. In fact, look at this little guy right here. You know who he reminds me of? Emperor Nero in Rome. Believe it or not, in ancient Rome, there was a story called The Frog Who Became Emperor. Now, nothing against Nero, but I have to be honest with you. He, he was no Hollywood actor, if you know what I'm saying. He wasn't svelte. He wasn't fit. Nero was very round. He was a dumpy little man, and he looked just like this frog. So the emperor that had been a frog was a pretty neat story. You would never tell that in earshot of the emperor because, he'd hurt you. But now we have the frog prince, and the princess kisses the frog. But do you want to know a secret? In the original Grimm's fairy tale, which is very grim, the princess does not kiss the frog to turn him into a prince. Do you know what she does? I do. And if you want to find out, parents, you should probably read it first because it is pretty grim. Go to the library and check out Grimm's fairy tales, because what she does to the frog to turn him into a prince, it ain't as simple as a first kiss. Everybody say goodbye, Bubba. That's your homework assignment. Go to the library. Now, you don't have to like frogs, not the point. But you don't have to hate them either. Hate is a choice. Fear is a choice. You could choose to be afraid, or you could choose to open your mind, open your heart, even open a book at the library. You can learn about animals. And I know what I'm talking about. I have another friend I want to show you. And this one, I've been watching your faces. And every time I show you something soft and cute and furry, you guys all go, "Oh, that's so cute." You want to see something else soft, cute, and furry? You're going to love this next animal. She's soft. She's cute. She's oh so fuzzy wuzzy because she's a tarantula. And I love her colors. Whoa, wait a second. Why are the moms running out of the room? Hey, get back here, little Miss Muppet. You just sit there on your tuppet. Yes, this is a spider, but you weren't born afraid of spiders. It's funny, because when we go to a preschool, they don't run and scream at the sight of a spider. They think of singing. Itsy bitsy spider. You're not afraid of nature when you're singing, dancing, celebrating. And this Mexican red-kneed tarantula, she's not scary at all. I mean, just look at her. I think she's beautiful. Oh, and that's my point. If you read the right story, then maybe you won't be afraid of a spider, even though the spider has those great big fangs. Do you see them right there? Those black curvy teeth? Yeah, that's what she uses to stab her food and drink all the juices out of them. Hey, spiders eat bugs. They do. So every time you step on a spider, you just make it that much easier for cockroaches, bed bugs, flies to live everywhere. Now, don't worry, you're in Kentucky. You don't have cockroaches and bed bugs in Kentucky. They live in Tennessee. Well, of course they live in Kentucky. They live everywhere, which is why we need spiders. Hey, every animal has a job, right? Every animal has a place in the circle of life. So we really do need to like spiders. Maybe you would like spiders more if you were reading a better story. Yeah, like Charlotte's Web. Do you remember Charlotte's Web? That's a good one. Again, the library has it on DVD, but it's a much better read. E.B. White, I love her. Maybe you want to read Anansi, African folk tales. Anansi is a great spider, a wonderful spider, and full of wisdom and mischief. Anansi and her African folk tales. That's a good book on spiders. But I found this past holiday season a really great story about a spider. This will change your point of view. It's The Spider That Saved Christmas. Hey, go to the library, check this one out, and you can do Christmas in July with your family, and a really great story. I think the tales that we tell, the stories that we share, has a lot to do with how we feel about nature. Sometimes I can touch my tarantulas, spinnerets, those things right there, and she will give me silk. Let's see if she's doing it today. No, I didn't get any there. Hold on a second. Let's see. No, she's not giving me any silk. Her website must be down. Will you try writing script for this stuff? Everybody say goodbye, spider. You don't have to be afraid of spiders. Fear is a choice. Sometimes people are just afraid of the unknown, right? Hey, do you like a good mystery? A whodunit, Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys? Yeah? Well, today I brought a mystery. It is the one and only mystery animal. Look at him. You saw him in the promo earlier today. Do you know what he is? He's not a ring-tailed lemur, although he does have a ring tail. He has lots of tales to tell. He's very crazy, a mischievous little guy for sure. He is, they want to see your face. He is a coatimundi. Have you ever heard of a coatimundi? His name is Havoc, because right now he is wreaking havoc in the studio. I can't get him to sit still because he's so crazy. He's just a baby, only 8 weeks old right now. Yeah, 8 weeks old. And look at him. Hey, get back here. He's in the raccoon family. Talk about a mystery. The raccoon group is the group that scientists put things in they don't know what to do with. And I don't know what to do with him. Did you hear the sound he made? Cheep, 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 cheep. He's in the raccoon family. Look at the claws and that nose. He just wants to play. He's so crazy playful. A coatimundi. See, I like to read, but I tell you what, none of us would be able to read if it weren't for the most amazing writers, right? So maybe this summer you want to write a story. Wouldn't that be fun? You want to write a story and share it with your librarians. They've missed you this last year. It's been an interesting year, right? So maybe you want to write a story. Share it with the grandma and grandpa next time you see them, or next time auntie and uncle come over. It's pretty easy to write a story, especially if you like comic books. Who likes Batman? Who likes Superman? Who likes Wonder Woman? Oh yeah, Linda Carter. I'm old school. Who likes Black Panther? Yeah. Hey, superheroes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. But all the ones I just named, those are just comic books, right? They're not real. They're fictional characters. But can I tell you, there is a superhero that lives in your very own backyard. And I brought her today. A real live possum. Look at her. Isn't she great? This is Mabel, and she's just a baby possum. Look at her. She's so stinking cute. Hey, possums are superheroes. Did you know that a possum is amazing? They are immune to snake venom. If a rattlesnake in Kentucky bites a possum, they don't suffer from the venom. They're immune to snake venom. Talk about a superhero defense. That's pretty cool. Did you know that a possum cannot, will not get rabies? They don't get rabies. Their body temperature is too low for the virus to work. Rabies doesn't affect them. That's pretty cool. And that's one of the reasons people love to hate him. Typical of a superhero, I know. Did you know that the possum every week eats 4,000 ticks? Yeah, I went online and verified that number just yesterday. 4,000 ticks. Why? How can they eat so many ticks? Well, I'll tell you a secret. They eat mice and rats. That's a good thing, right? They eat bugs and mice and rats. Those mice and rats have ticks all over them. So because they're eating the mice and rats that have the ticks, they're eating all those ticks too. But here's another thing. As they traipse through the forest at night, running around, ticks get on them. Possums are very clean. They groom themselves constantly. So they eat every tick that gets on them. And that adds up to, every week, 4,000 ticks. You don't want ticks on you, do you? Ticks that can cause Lyme disease or babesia or other things. I think possums are amazing because they're looking out for you, just like a superhero. Oh, and fun fact, if a possum gets mad or scared, what's their superhero defense? They play dead. That's right. And when they play dead, you cannot detect a pulse. You cannot feel a heartbeat. They are that good at playing dead. Yeah, superhero defense, the possum. Everybody say goodbye, Mabel. Yeah, we love the possum. They are an amazing animal and a superhero. Hey, speaking of animals, we've seen a lot of them today, haven't we, friends? And each and every one, are they all different? Are they all special? Yeah, and they all have a tail to tail. That possum can hang from a tree with its tail. It's a prehensile tail. And you can go to the library and check out any tail that you want to. Because I think the way we feel about animals comes from the tales that we're told as we learn to read and grow up and study nature with our family and friends, which is why I'm very excited. I want to leave you with one more tale. And it's a tale from your all-time favorite animal. And I know what your favorite animal is, because I know that everybody loves snakes, right? Look at this snake. Isn't that crazy? This is my favorite snake here at Silly Safaris. It doesn't even look like a snake, does it? It looks like something my dog left me in the yard. But somewhere in this Rubik's Cube of a snake is his head. This is a Calabar python. Let me spell it for you. It's Calabar. Calabar python. And look, somewhere inside, oh, I think I see it, is his head. Ta-da! There it is. That's his head. Yeah, that's his head. What are you talking about, people? That is his head. Make me do this. Look at you. This is his tail. See? Heads, tails. Wait a second. Heads, tails. I'm confused. Wait a second. Which one is the head? They look just alike. Oh, whoa. Talk about a tail. Which one of these has an eyeball on it? Do you see? Which one of these is sticking his tongue out? Do you see? I think you know. Which one is his head? This one. No, this one. I saw his tongue right there. And his eyeballs. Hey, the head and the tail look just alike. In fact, another way for me to figure that out is if I let him go back into his ball. Look what he does. The head goes into the ball, and it's the tail that's left sticking up. The tail is left sticking up, and it wiggles, and other animals see the tail wiggling, and they think, snake, and they leave him alone. Isn't that cool? Talk about a great tail. Talk about a great defense. The head and the tail look just alike. A Calabar python. Oh, but I said I had a tale for you. And this last tale today goes all the way back to the Apache Native American tribe. Yeah, from way out west. Texas, Arizona, Mexico. See, it's called The Boy and the Snake. One morning, the boy woke up early. The first to wake up in the tribe. The sun had just begun to rise in the east, and he thought he'd go for a walk. So he put on his moccasins, and he stepped out of the teepee. And as he moved, the frost crunched under the leather of his shoes. See, it can get very cold in the desert at night. And as he walked along, he saw it. A rattlesnake had been stuck out in the cold the night before, and the frost lay covering the snake too. Well, snakes don't like to be cold. And when the boy saw the snake, whoo, he stopped dead in his tracks. When the snake saw the boy, the snake knew his only chance to live was for the boy to pick him up and help him out. So that snake gathered up all the energy that he could. And he said to the boy, he said, "Hello, excuse me. Please, boy, help me. Pick me up. Make me warm. I am so cold. Do not let me die. Will you help me?" And you know what the boy said? The boy said, I'm not picking you up. You're a rattlesnake. If I pick you up, you could bite me and then I could die. But that snake knew the boy was his only hope. So he made a promise. He said, "Oh no, I will not bite you. You must pick me up, make me warm, for if I die, who will eat the mice?" The boy understood every animal has a job in nature. And do you want to start eating mice? No. Still, the boy wasn't too sure. "You promise? You promise," he said, "that if I pick you up, you will not bite? You promised?" And that snake, on what was going to be his last breath, all he could say was, "Oh yes, I promise I will not bite you." So the boy knelt down, picked up the snake, held him close to his chest, his heart, to make the snake warm. Funny thing happens when snakes get warm. They start to wiggle and move a lot. And the boy knew the snake was warm because he was moving. So he set the snake back down on the ground where he found him. Now, no sooner had the boy set the snake back down on the ground than that snake reached right up and bit him in the arm. And the boy jumped back and said, "Hey, what did you do that for? You promised. You said that if I picked you up, you would not bite. You promised. You promised." And you know what the snake said? The snake, who was nice and warm and feeling pretty good about himself, that snake said, "Oh, yes, that is true. That is what I promised you. But you knew that I was a snake when you picked me up." Well, after hearing that story, do you think the Native American children wanted to run outside and pick up snakes? No. And do I want you to run outside and pick up snakes? No. I do want you to go looking for snakes. Yeah. I want you to take Mom on a nature hike. But take your camera, take your phone. If you can take a picture of a snake in Kentucky, then you can take that picture back to the librarian. Don't take the snake to the library. Leave the snake where it is. But your librarians can help you check out a field guide, and then you could identify the very snakes that live in your own backyard, because even that snake has a tail and a tale to tell. And at the library, there are so many more great adventures waiting for you. Hey, I got to ask you, everybody, did you guys have fun today? Me too. We've seen so many great animals. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. How many of you are going to read 5 books this summer? You already have? Wow, you're good. How many of you are going to read 50 books this summer? Wow, okay. How many of you are going to read 500 books this summer? No! What is wrong with you? That's too many. No. Go for a walk. Get outside in nature. Check out books. But definitely keep reading. And follow us on Facebook. And stick with your librarians. They love you. They're going to take care of you all summer long. And we love you too. Thank you so much for having us, everybody. This has been a whole lot of fun. Animal Tales and Tales. Keep reading, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.